And now you can see the Backseat Mogul Show in all its video glory on our YouTube page at roughedge.tv. It's tiki time at Harbor Cove Cafe. Dive into the tropical paradise at the end of Spinnaker Drive in Ventura with vibrant drinks, delicious bites, award-winning fish and chips, and more. Now featuring extended hours and happy hour. Fridays from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m., Saturday and Sunday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Harbor Cove Cafe, the hidden treasure at the end of Spinnaker Drive. Visit harborcovecafe.net for more information.
Showbiz is a cruel and shallow money trench, a long plastic hallway where thieves and pimps run free and good men die like dogs for no good reason. There's also a bad side.
This is the Backseat Mogul Show, live here on Rough Edge FM. I am R. Scott Bolton. I am the Backseat Mogul. And I'd like to apologize to Jeff Genet, who you'll meet here in a moment, because John has been going through a list of every car he's ever owned his entire effing life.
That's a lot of cars. See?
And now I apologize to you, the audience.
See, this is the list. That's a lot of cars. No, it was not a business. I'd see something I liked. I'd sell what I had so I could buy what I liked.
This all sounds vaguely familiar.
Yeah, doesn't it?
I have this sense of deja vu. The cars I've owned would be the first 5 on that list. I mean, I only have 5 cars my entire life.
But the thing is, this is cars. Go ahead.
He said 2.
I've only ever had 2.
This was cars, trailers, as in car trailers.
You know,
vans,
showbiz
pickups.
show, right? You can do an automotive show later.
Well, it was entertainment for
I tried
me.
to do an automotive show with you guys, and you guys blew it. So
No, I was interested in doing it, and he was interested in doing it. We just never get together on it. It was NASCAR.
kind of pulls my point. I had a great name for it too. It was. We probably would have had to change it because NASCAR would have sued us, but it was NASCAR WTF with these 2 old guys talking about their cars.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way,
I know those of you who have no context are going, what the actual, but that's all right. Yeah. So anyway,
because I missed it.
we're going to get to reviews and stuff. Yeah, we know because it was car.
Hey, important
John,
things.
the only problem with going John to the movies is he follows the rules pretty much. I have a set of rules when I go to the movies. I know Jeff does too. Jeff's pretty much just sits there and watches the movie, doesn't even get popcorn. But there's certain rules when you're in a movie theater. It's a sacred place. There should be rules. And the only problem with John is that he talks endlessly through the previews, even though you want to see him. He's telling you about his grandmother back east or something. And the other part is that every time there's a car on the screen, 1974 Nova. It's like, gee, oh God, I don't care. It's a car. We move on now. So we're going to start off with some news today. Jeff saw Avatar, and we'll be getting to his review very soon here. It seems to be doing pretty well at the box office. It's not the powerhouse that the first 2 were, but it looks like it'll probably end up between 1.2 and 1.5 billion dollars. Oh, well, let's throw them a pity party. That's enough money to push for a sequel if James Cameron so chooses. And I guess he's already made a promise that if the movie doesn't live up to the standards he wants, that he'll call a press conference and reveal the storylines of the next 2 films instead of making them. So we're going to find out what happens in Avatar. And I think I figured it out. I think they rob a bank and they're trying to get away. And one of the Avatar people is actually a cop. No, that's Reservoir Dogs. Sorry.
Actually, I was thinking of Alien Nation.
I would say maybe they just do the same thing for the 4th movie.
That is the biggest complaint about the new movie is that it's the same exact story. So, but we'll get to that. Anyway, it did $24 million on Christmas Day. The big surprise on the box office is Marty Supreme, which is and I know they wanted me to use another term, but I'm going to just use this term. It's a ping pong movie. They say table tennis. I think ping pong is fine. But my understanding is that Timothée, got to get it rhyme right, Timothée Chalamet, his performance in that is as good as Al Pacino's in The Godfather.
Which movie is this?
It's called Marty Supreme. No, it's not a Taco Bell item. It's but I'm dying to see Marty Supreme because I really am a huge fan of Timothée Chalamet, and I thought he was going to win an Oscar last year. It looks like maybe this is going to be his year to win an Oscar because I mean, Al Pacino in The Godfather, you're comparing that performance to, that's legendary. That's the stuff of legend. So
which
in a ping pong movie.
But I got to ask you, as great as I thought and as he was, Al Pacino was in all three Godfather movies, which was the standout one?
You tell me. You apparently have an answer in your head.
All of them.
There you go.
Yeah.
Godfather 2 is the one that everybody says is the best. And I haven't seen them. Have you seen the Godfather films?
I've seen the first two. Yes, I haven't seen the third one.
Make sure
Although I own it.
Yeah. Oh, you own which one? Which version do you own?
The one that came on the DVD.
So well,
I'm not sure.
They both did. So there's Godfather 3, and then there's the Coda edition.
I don't have that one.
Okay.
That one came out during COVID, I think.
Yeah,
and
Coppola recut it the way he wanted to cut it, and re-release it. And they say it's I don't want to say far superior to the theatrical cut, but better. And I haven't seen it myself because I want to go back and watch 1 and 2, and then I'll watch the Coda edition as well.
Yeah. So the one that I have is the theatrical version, I guess, because it came on a 3-pack and it was before the recut came out.
That movie gets a lot of bad press because it's not on the level of the first 2 Godfather films. But let me ask you this: what is? Those films are legends for a reason. They're just amazing filmmaking. So anything that followed those 2, the odds of it being up to their standards was not realistic. So that one gets I think it's not as bad as they say it is. You know what? It's not as bad as they say it is. Maybe we'll explore that on the show one day when we get there. But first of all, we need to find 9 hours to separate and watch the movies.
Which is the one where he's at the restaurant, the cop is there, another mafia don is there, and Pacino's character goes into the bathroom. He gets the gun, comes out, and shoots him and leaves.
The Godfather 1.
Yeah, I think
that's the one. I was thinking. I thought it was 2.
I think it is because what's that Miles Kennedy show about the making of The Godfather?
Oh,
it was really good, and they talk about that, and so that was all based around part 1.
Yeah, that was the part where, because what's his character's name? Al Pacino's character, Michael, right?
Yeah,
Corleone.
Michael.
He doesn't want to be part of the mafia, and then I
don't think his dad wanted him to be either.
Yeah, and then Vito gets shot. He's in the hospital, and then they try to hit him, and then he realizes, okay, well, there's no way out of this, and that was the first moment he actually does something in the mafia, because he was like the neutral character between the two, so they sent him to go talk to the other side that tried to kill his dad, and that's what shocked everybody.
That was after his older brother was murdered, was assassinated.
I think that was before.
Just before.
Yeah. I think that was before.
I recently read the book. I'd never read the book, and it was just 2 years ago, I guess. I finally sat down and I read the book, and it's not that good. The book is very flashy and very I can't think of the right word, but it's one of those garish kind of stories, and it's not even written that well. But I will say that the author, Mario Puzo, captured the family perfectly, even though the book was I think it was scrappily written, and I think it was it's just an older book, and there's some things in it that are weird, but Are we on? The movie was better in the book. It's one of those examples where the movie was better in the book. And Puzo did the screenplay too and won an Oscar for it.
Yeah.
So you got to give him credit for that. But it's
I like, every once in a while something will pop up on the internet and they'll talk about unscripted things that they decided to leave in a movie. And there was a few things from the Godfather movies that they left. Like in the first one where it shows Marlon Brando's character, he's sitting at the desk and there's a cat that he picks up and he's petting it. That was a cat that was not scripted. The cat just wandered on and he picked it up and they kept it in there. Another one where the scene where the guy says, leave the gun, take the cannolis. Take the cannolis was not in the script. He added that.
Yeah.
And they decided, hey, that's so cool. And they left that in there. I like it when you hear little things like that. It's like, oh, really?
The classic, of course, is we're going to need a bigger boat, or you're going to need a bigger boat. I think it's the actual line. Yeah.
From Jaws.
If you watch the movie, the series, The Offer, which is the one I was talking about earlier from 2022, it's a Paramount Plus limited series with Miles Teller, who stars as Al Ruddy, who was the producer of the Godfather movies. And I actually met Al Ruddy once. We pitched him a movie one time, and it was very interesting. But anyway, that series is one of my favorite series ever. And you especially would love it, Jeff, because it's all about how the Godfather was made, how they got interference from the mob, how they had to join and hire some of the mob guys in order to keep shooting the film. And I've heard two different stories about the horse head. And the first story I read was that Francis Ford Coppola wasn't happy with the fake horse head they had. It didn't look right. So they found a place that slaughtered horses and they bought a head and brought it back and put that in the bed with that actor. The story that they tell on the Offer is that the mob heard them saying, that horse head looks fake. We need to get a real horse head. And they showed up the next day with a real horse head. So
oh, wow.
I don't know which story to believe, but they're both good stories.
Considering the mob, especially back then, they probably did that.
I don't know. I mean, still got to follow the law, even though they had to do certain things. They put a lot of money in a lot of pockets for that movie. But all right, let's see what else we got here for the news. There's not a lot of movies. There's more about Marty Supreme. Again, a ping pong movie.
I don't know why, but I have not heard about this movie.
We know why.
Yeah. Wait, what?
I'm just scrolling through the news to see if there's anything else worth talking about, and I'm sure there is. I do want to make a comment about the Rob Reiner thing, and it's a horrible, terrible thing that happened to Rob Reiner. And the one thing that's bothering me about this is the reporting, because every time you see somebody talking about Rob Reiner, who was a great director, one of the best, no qualms whatsoever with that. But they keep talking about how quotable his movies are. Well, Rob Reiner didn't write that. A writer wrote that. And the writer needs to get some credit for but every time they mention him, it's so quotable. You Can't Handle the Truth and all these, or Princess Bride, As You Wish. They were written by writers. So giving Rob Reiner credit for that isn't really fair. And that as a writer, that kind of, every time that happened, I would tell my wife, see, there they go again, quoting lines, but they're from his movie, but he didn't write those lines. They were written by a writer.
I agree with you. He was, if you were to put a pedestal of great directors, he's definitely on one of those pedestals.
Yeah.
He was such a fantastic coming from playing Meathead in All in the Family to what he became. My God, he was fantastic.
He created an empire.
Yeah,
he really did. And he was, as we said last week, there's one person who does Stephen King better. Oh, we're going to get to that in a minute. Variety, and that's Mike Flanagan. I keep forgetting his name, but Rob Reiner was the one who started it all. He was the first one to do a great Stephen King adaptation with, I think it was I want to say The Body. That's the story.
Stand By Me.
Stand By Me. And so he really got it. He made it work.
That was such a great movie.
It was. It really was. So let me jump from that to Daily Variety, or not just Variety in general. One of their critics, they all listed their 10 worst movies of 2025. And of course, I don't think the same movie repeats on any list. They're just picking and choosing. One dude, trying to be not angry here, said the worst movie of the year was The Life of Chuck.
What? You notice I didn't say, wait, what? It's just, what?
Yeah,
That's such a great movie.
that was very clear, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought The Life of Chuck was, if I was picking a 10 best, it'd probably be on the 10 best list for me. But that guy said it was the worst movie of the year. And he said it was, all of a sudden they're singing and dancing. It's a celebration of life, dude. What do you do when you...
I wonder if this
celebrate
guy
life?
actually saw the movie. Did you see it?
Yeah.
It was a great movie.
Yeah, I know that we talked about it. I know,
Yeah.
I know that you liked it. I don't know if you thought as much of it as I did, but I like I said, top 10 easy.
Mhm.
But this guy, worst movie of the year. Did he not see any other movies this year?
I don't think he saw Eddington. Worst movie he
See?
saw this year. Or
Yeah.
Snow White, maybe.
I think that he either had an interview with Mike Flanagan that went bad or something, and he's being a little pissy because don't listen to the Variety for that review. That's crazy. Life of Chuck is a wonderful movie. It's an uplifting movie. It's got one of the best performances of the year. Tom Huddleston.
No, Tim.
Tim, that's what I said.
Tom Hiddleston. Hiddleston.
Loki.
Something.
Wait,
That
Tom
guy.
Hiddleston or Tim Huddleston?
No,
It's Loki.
Tom Hiddleston. No, I don't think it's Hiddleston. Hiddleston. You know
Yeah.
who we're talking about.
He is really
You young
he
kids
is a
know.
really great actor.
It's not Huddlestone. That's
I don't think that's him.
That is a football coach, but football in the European sense.
no,
Try Tim.
no, it's not Tim.
No, which is
Try
fine.
Loki.
Loki, exactly.
It's right
There
there.
you just saw it.
Right
Go back.
there. Hiddleston.
Tom Hiddleston.
Hiddleston.
He's
Yeah.
so good too. We should have his name right, but we're all football fans, so we were watching thinking of the soccer.
What?
Sure. Yeah.
Again, I didn't say, wait, what?
John,
What?
you don't need to say that again.
Yeah, I
I
do.
just wanted to get that out here now.
No, he really is. Everything is, I've seen him in, and most of it actually is the Marvel universe, but he's just so good as that character.
Yes, he's good at everything he does,
Yeah.
and he was just utterly delightful in The Life of Chuck.
Yeah, he was. I mean, it was such a departure from what you would expect because of the Marvel movies that he did.
I don't know that I'd go that far because I've seen him in other things, and he's that good.
Well,
But, you do
apparently
think of
I
him
have
that
not.
first.
Exactly.
Yeah, you do think.
And yeah, there's a lot of things I will watch him in.
Yeah, well, he's one of those guys. If he's in it, it's going to probably be pretty good.
Mhm.
So, but anyway, come on, dude, the worst movie of the year, and he made a point of saying it was the worst movie he'd seen. I like, no, there's so many other worst movies out there. It was crazy.
Yeah, we've talked about a few of them on this show.
Yeah, I mean,
Actually, more than a few.
that's what we do here.
Well,
Bad movies
exactly.
as much fun as good movies.
Well, that's true. Well, okay.
I guess that puts a pin in it.
I'm trying to avoid saying,
F
Wait,
that
what?
guy from Variety. That's what.
there you go.
Sorry.
We got a name. We're gonna blast him.
Yeah. I
Hey.
thought about that, but I don't want to give him any credit. I just want him to go straight to hell.
Listen, Variety, so-called, what is he?
He's one of the
Writer?
film critics.
Writer, critic. That's
And
the word.
unlike me, he's a paid film critic.
Hey, listen, Variety film critic. We know people who really know people.
I don't know what he's talking about, but
I don't know either.
We were talking about The Godfather, weren't we?
it still doesn't
Okay.
apply to anybody in this room.
I'm gonna quote.
I know people
No,
who
you
know
don't.
people.
Quote John
you
here.
like to
Yeah,
say you
actually,
know
wait,
people.
what?
Actually, I do.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm gonna quote John. Wait, what?
So, as far as Oscar nominations are concerned, and we'll get to reviews right after this. It looks like the one that has the most momentum is One Battle After Another. It continues to win awards for local film groups, for larger film groups. Like I think both New York and LA chose it as Best Picture of the Year. And a lot of film festivals have chosen it as that. And it's got the most momentum as far as best picture goes. And, you know, I'm okay with that. The guy makes really good movies. So I'm actually okay with that.
What have you heard about Rental Family?
Rental Family, unfortunately, because it tanked, it's kind of fallen out of grace.
Oh, that is such a good movie.
The problem with the Oscars is if a movie bombs, it gets forgotten. Not always, but very often it just gets forgotten. And even though it might be a great movie, and that's going to happen with Life of Chuck too, because Life of Chuck did not do extremely well. It wasn't very expensive. Like Rental Family probably wasn't very expensive, but it just, unless it makes a bump, and One Battle After Another at least made its money back.
Yeah.
Even though they told the director, who's the director of that picture? I can't remember his name.
Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yes, thank you. The studio, he asked for $200 million to make that movie. And the studio said, okay, we're going to give it to you. But if it doesn't make its money back, you're directing Marvel movies.
Did he do Licorice Pizza?
I think he did. Yes. Yes, he did. Right.
Never saw
I
that
think
one.
so.
I haven't seen it either. I would really like to see Licorice Pizza.
I used to buy records all the time at Licorice Pizza.
Do you know what he's talking about when he says he used to buy
Paul Thomas
records at
Anderson.
Licorice Pizza?
Nope.
There was a record store.
Oh,
Do you know what a record store is?
yeah, of course.
Do you know what a Licorice Pizza is?
No, sounds terrible.
It's an LP. It's an album.
Oh, okay, sure.
That was a nickname for an album, which was a record, as opposed to a streaming thing or a DVD or a cassette or an 8-track. It was an album. It was also called a wax, vinyl. It had different names. And Licorice
Still called
Pizza.
that today.
Yeah. And Licorice Pizza was one of the nicknames for an album. And they started a record store. I guess it was a small chain because wasn't there one in Thousand Oaks?
There's one here in Ventura.
Yeah. And it was called Licorice Pizza. People go to buy records or sell records. Something like, did you ever go to Salzer's?
Yeah, I was thinking about going right after this.
It's very similar to like Salzer's, except where Salzer's got started, rumored that Jim Salzer was one of the biggest, I'll be nice about it and say, dealers of something in Ventura County. He probably was, but he promoted a lot of concerts in the area. As a matter of fact, when you walk into Salzer's, you see these posters.
Yeah, I've had a few friends who've advertised through there. Yeah.
The place is called Salzer's Mercantile, and it's a nice little gift shop record store here in Ventura. I love that place myself, and I would join you if I could. But I have to go get my wife and my mother a new phone because my mom's phone stopped working and she's freaking out. So,
did she plug it in? How old is her phone?
We're not going to go through this conversation again, John.
Well,
I know you haven't had this conversation. I can't go through it. I just had this conversation with my mom, so I need to repeat.
Okay, in that case,
no, it's not going to work.
Her phone.
She has a 10, so it's time for a replacement. Anyway,
what are they up to now?
Jim Salzer was the guy who owned Salzer's Mercantile, strangely enough, and he was very popular in Ventura. Good guy. I met him a couple of times because I was at that record store too often, as my wife will attest. But anyway, he had an issue with Warner Brothers because he owned the trademark to the word muggles. And it meant something different in the 60s than it means in the Harry Potter age. And I'm not exactly sure, so I'm not going to. Do you know exactly what the term was? Was it somebody who doesn't smoke pot or something?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either, but it had a certain. Anyway, he trademarked that, and because he wanted to make T-shirts or something, I guess, you know. And when the Harry Potter series comes along, he's all, muggles? I don't think so. I own that trademark. And he went down and set up a meeting. He went down to, and this is all hearsay. I didn't hear this from Jim directly. He went down to Warner Brothers and said, look, I own the trademark to the word muggles. You're publishing these books with the word muggles in them. You can't do that. I own the copyright. And they said, all right, how much do you want? He said, I want $1 million. They said, there's the door. And he never pursued it after that point, as far as I know. But just an interesting local story. The guy right down the block from us is the guy who owned the term muggles at one point. Johnny's Googling muggles to see what
I actually am. It says informal, a person who does not have a particular type of skill or knowledge. Now, that's according to, doesn't say anything about.
Yeah, but what's the slang? I want to know what the slang means.
Okay.
Go to Urban Dictionary.
Exactly.
Oh, there you go. Apparently, muggle used to be a slang term for marijuana. Yeah, okay.
Cannabis user. That's it.
Look at that.
So a muggles wasn't a person who didn't, it was a person who did. So anyway, I thought that was a pretty interesting story.
Mm-hmm.
So Jeff, what'd you see this week? Anything good? Let's start with Avatar.
Yeah, I only saw Avatar this week.
Well, then I guess we should start with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw Avatar 3 Fire and Ash on Sunday at 8 a.m.
I'm sorry, how was the crowd?
There was like 10 people in there.
Okay.
So not great, but it's also 8 a.m. on
Yeah.
Sunday.
Pretty good for 8 a.m., I would think.
Okay. How do I go about this? I liked it. But all right. Think of a burger you like. Just close your eyes, audience. Think of a burger that you like. Okay.
Big Mac.
Yeah. For me, it was double Western bacon cheeseburger. Okay, yeah.
You
have that burger on day one. Okay. You like that burger. It's great. Day 2, somebody hands you that burger again. Okay. You're going to eat it. You like the burger. Third day, you get that burger again. You like it. You're kind of hoping for something a little different. That's what Avatar 3 is. It's 3 hours and 17 minutes, I believe.
That's a long one.
And it feels way longer than that.
Really?
Yeah. When I got out, my eyes were hurting and I was messed up for the rest of the day. Like some people will go, yeah, you just put your Subway Surfers on. You can't handle long movies. No, like this one felt long. Like it was tough to get through.
Yeah, there's a difference between long movies and boring long movies.
And I think there were parts of the movie because you know how like people were saying when Way of Water, not Shape of Water, but Way of Water came out, and they were saying, oh, it's the same thing as one.
Right.
It just follows the same formula. Like, okay, there's a new clan, they have to learn the ways, and there's a big battle. Right. It's just the standard formula of the first movie repeated.
It's not like a continuation. It's just basically a retelling.
It's almost like
with the same characters.
Yeah, it's like those serials that they used to do where every week it's a new adventure, but it doesn't really connect.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this felt like, where it was just, here's another weekend and the kooky life of these guys. It was a continuation, but I don't know where we're going from here. And I don't know what, there was some stuff that was set up, but it didn't necessarily feel like momentous, like it was continuing the story at all. Like the new stuff that they added, it was just kind of like, oh, hey, here's this new stuff. Okay.
But it made a lot of money.
Yeah, but the thing is there were parts of the movie where going back to the first one and the second one being similar in terms of plot line, there were parts of this one where it felt like they went to 1 and 2 and just puzzle pieced, like, oh, this part was nice, this part was nice, and then they stitched it together. Like there was parts in the whole last act, the battle sequence, where I thought I was watching one of the 2 previous movies because they were using similar locations and similar shots even and similar dialogue, and it really felt like they were just kind of copying something else.
I'm wondering how much footage from the previous movies that they added.
None. It was all like unique to that movie, but it just felt so similar
okay.
that it was like I wasn't really sure about it. Not to say that I didn't like the film. I did enjoy this movie, but that's because the parts that I liked that were copied from the other films were parts that I liked. So that's the burger thing. It's like I like the burger, but I was kind of hoping for something a little different. The stuff that was unique to this film, like the new villains, and like there's some plot points in the middle that are unique to this film that are completely brand new. I really enjoyed that stuff, and I wish they would have done more. And I think the biggest letdown was the villain from the new film.
You have a photo of?
Yeah, Varang.
She kind of looks like the
Dilophosaurus from whatever it is from.
Yeah.
Jurassic
No,
Park.
no, that's the red thing. The female lead from the first movie. The female character lead from the first movie. The look, the face, not necessarily the color of the skin, but with the eyes. I guess that's basically all the female characters from the series.
Well, this one, they put some design choices into her.
Okay, well, we need details.
She's caked up. I don't know why.
She hadn't. I gotta admit, I like the eyes, and I like it. I actually like that picture, except for the red, fluffy stuff on the back.
But she was great in this film.
Who was the actress?
I
I was going to ask that, of course, right?
I don't remember her first name. Like Uma Chaplin. She's Charlie Chaplin's granddaughter.
Really?
Yeah. She was in, I think it's 2 O's. Yeah, they're Una Chaplin. Yeah. She was in Game of Thrones for a little bit. She was great in this movie, but if you've seen the trailers, you've seen all of her scenes pretty much.
Really?
She was very underutilized in this.
That was one of the most exciting things about the trailer.
Yeah.
You thought she was going to be a major villain, and
yeah, and there was some other stuff too. Like, I feel like some other characters were underutilized as well, and we focused on some characters that weren't particularly interesting.
Perfect segue, John. That's flawless.
Well, that was
keep going, Jeff.
Okay. I was like, I'm so confused.
That was for Dougie.
Yeah, like the narrator character isn't the main focus of this film, which I thought was really weird.
Special effects wise,
it was great. Looked great.
And did you see a improvement from the previous film?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
it was a beautiful film.
Do you think that it would have been more or less effective in 3D? It's probably hard to say, not
because I'm not. 3D. Yeah, and also like I'm not a big fan of 3D because I feel like 3D, when you have the shades on, it kind of gets rid of the colors, you just have to trade colors for depth.
It's shadows,
and I think the colors are really great in this film. Mm-hmm. You know, because you got the jungles and the blues and the reds and all that stuff. I mean, it looks really great. Would I have to see it on a bigger screen? Sure, but the thing is it's that runtime. Yeah, you kind of need an intermission. Like, I feel like, I hate to say this, is like, it would probably be nice to see at home, so you can just kind of like, all right, I need a bathroom break, because I did the thing. I did the bathroom break. I didn't drink anything during that. My wife got a Coke, and I'm like, you're gonna regret that. And halfway through, I was like, oh man, I gotta go. It looks like it's wrapping up, and then they would add more plot points. I'm like, oh, why are we introducing that? It's towards the end of the movie, and then it just kept going and going and going and going and going, and yeah.
It's funny you say about the bathroom break. There's a Samuel L. Jackson commercial for a product, which I'm not going to name because we're not getting paid for that. Anyway.
You don't remember it anyway?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
He's sitting in a movie theater in between a couple of actors, and one of them is sipping on a soda. And Jackson's character turns to him and says, you do know this is like a 3-hour movie. And the guy's going, oh yeah, thank you. Or something like that. But you were talking about the bathroom break and all that, and that's what made me think of that. Mm-hmm. So I had to.
So you did take a bathroom break in the middle of the movie?
No, I held it.
That all the way through it?
Yeah.
Did you have a catheter?
No, I just held it.
Johnny and I sat through
The
Colors of
Brutalist.
the Flower Moon,
Oh yeah, such a good movie.
which was almost 3.5 hours. I
Yeah.
think it was 3 hours, 35 minutes or something like that. And neither one of us used the bathroom during it because we knew it was going to be a long movie. But I'll tell you, the last John Wick movie, we were down. I knew the movie was winding down, but if I didn't go run right then and there, it was going to be embarrassing. So I got up and my wife, where are you going? I gotta go. So I ran out. I run back in. The end titles are going. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
You did the same thing when we saw Sinners.
No, well, yeah, but that wasn't the middle of the movie, John.
Well,
That was
that's
end
true,
credits,
too.
and that end. Okay, I got to tell you this because he mentions it every time, like it was God's gift to end credits things. It was a guy singing a goddamn song I've seen elsewhere.
I am God's gift. That's what my mama said. Don't you say
How about
nothing
you said
bad
your
about
mother
my
didn't
mama.
lie.
Wait, what?
Nothing. He goes on and on like I screwed up that entire movie by walking out on a guy singing a song for 2 minutes. It wasn't that big a deal, John, and I saw it later on. So can we put a pin in that one too? For the love of God.
Flowers of the. It was a good movie.
It was a good movie. Yeah. I read
And
the book though.
one of the things I like
Yeah,
about
you
that
said they were
movie,
really different, huh?
Yeah.
And what's so interesting is because they changed the script originally for the very reasons that you mentioned.
Yeah. I think they should have changed a little more
Yeah.
because the perception of the book is from the native people, so
Yeah.
the only
But-
thing I my Uncle Leon, who is a bigger car fanatic than I am.
Mhm.
He used to take cars from the 40s and the 50s and maybe even the 30s.
What about the 20s? Let's keep going.
He did have a 1911
There
Maxwell
we go.
that he would restore these to assembly line perfection, to
Mhm.
the point where in the old days, I guess in the 30s and the 40s, they would use grease pencil underneath the hood, the guys on the assembly line to mark certain things. He would duplicate that on
Mhm.
cars.
Mhm.
And he had one of the original Dodge Brothers cars that he restored. He had a Stanley Steamer he restored. And my Uncle Leon, he's in his late 80s, early 90s. And he's still, even though he's legally blind, he still gets out into his garage, which is massive, and he's still tinkering on old cars. They actually, but what I'm getting at is he had one of the cars that was in Killers of the Flower Moon. And I saw that car because when I went back to visit, I saw that car and go, I recognized the car. Certain things about the car. And he said, yep, that came from that movie. And that movie was shot in a part of northeastern Oklahoma that I grew up in. So I'm watching this movie and I'm going, oh, I know where that place is at.
That one
I know where
scene,
that place is at.
they mentioned that car, and you're looking at the emblem and going, that's not the emblem for that car. If what he says is, I think he said was a Ford,
No, it was a Pontiac.
a Pontiac, and it was definitely had the Chevy logo.
He had the
on it.
Chevrolet bow tie
Yeah.
on
And
the
Even
radio.
I was going, wait, because they say it right as you see the emblem. And so John was talking about it instantly when the movie was over, that was the wrong logo. And I go, let's research this because I can't imagine somebody of Martin Scorsese's stature getting something like that wrong. Googled it. Everybody's talking about how it was wrong. Like, well, that's a big miss. I don't know how that happened, but because how many times does a filmmaker watch their own film?
A lot.
Yeah. You think at one point you go, wait, it's right there in front of the camera.
Mhm.
Anyway, so would you recommend Avatar 3? Would you say bargain matinee? Would you say wait for streaming?
If you like Avatar, you'll like this movie, maybe. Actually, more than likely, you will like this movie because I like this movie. But I won't be upset if they end it here.
I was just fixing to ask you, do you think they should do a fourth one? Or would you look forward to it?
I don't know what they would do with the fourth one because they've had 3 movies and they've done almost the same exact thing each time.
And now people have caught on.
And now people have caught on. And James Cameron's like, I got 100 ideas for Avatar. I'm like, well, can I see those? Like, I don't know, because I thought it was going to go in a completely different direction after the second one. I thought, okay, this is what they're laying out, and then they didn't really do any of that. So, yeah, you'll like it, and a lot of people are liking it.
Yes, they are.
But the dumb thing I've been seeing online is like, it doesn't matter if it's bad, the special effects are good, and that's why you should go see it. And it's like, that's the Wicked 2 argument, where it's like, it should be bad. Shut up. You know, like, it's hard to say like I didn't like it, even though like I had some complaints about it, because it's a good burger. But you know, it's like
still a burger.
It's the same kind of burger. You know, you can't be mad at it because you enjoy what it is. But you know.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of good burgers, did you guys ever go to Hamburger Hamlet? That was such a great place.
No, I've never been there.
It was a great place.
Yeah.
Yes. But it was, again, a kind of a bizarre segue there.
Yeah, I couldn't help it. When he first started talking about hamburgers earlier, I'm going,
I know that part is, I'm thinking, I want a burger now. The critics have got it at 66% Avatar Fire and Ash, but the audience is saying 90%. And I think that ties into what you say. You know, sometimes it's very easy to convince somebody it's good if one aspect of it is great. And in this case, obviously, the special effects are the star.
Yeah.
And that's what we thought about the trailer. Remember when we all saw the trailer the first time, I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to see this movie. And it's just too bad that it's a mimeo of the previous ones.
Yeah. And I mean, there's a lot of people that are saying like, this is the best of the three, or this is the worst of the three. And I won't argue with either one, you know, because
they're
like
so close.
Yeah. Like like I said, that whole last act, it takes parts from the first one, the best parts of the first one and the best parts of the second one, and mashes them together. So it's like, you got the best of both worlds in one movie. Like, yeah, of course that's going to be better, but you know, at the end of the day, it's,
You wanted a different sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
what was the budget on this movie?
It's like, I think
Enough.
350. I think it was $350 million.
Something like that.
And what has it made so far?
Let's find out.
20.
It's it
It
well,
was 25 million in its first weekend, I think is what it was.
yeah, I think it's close to 600 million worldwide. Yeah, 550. So it's got to get to $1 billion. And it probably will. I don't know what what's the telling factor. It would be this weekend. How much does it drop off?
Yeah, I think
Typically,
so.
James Cameron movies don't drop off a lot. Titanic was famous for that. Titanic not only dropped off like 2 or 3% a week, when most of those are dropping off 50 or 60%. It also, some weeks went up 3%.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to see how this one does. I wonder if there's Friday grosses yet. It's a bad tell because it's the opening weekend for that movie.
Because I think isn't it already up on streaming services?
Avatar? No. Not a
For
chance.
some reason I was thinking it was.
No. That Cameron's one of the few people who has the power to say, no, we're not going to go directly to streaming. So it'll get hit streaming when he and the studio decide together that it'll hit streaming.
What did he have pioneered for his Avatar movies?
Well, he redeveloped 3D to make it work.
Okay, because I know he did The Abyss.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, he pioneered how they shot that.
That's what he does with, I think, every single film, because like we were talking last time, he created 3D to the point that it works. He also understood that 3D is about depth, not about throwing things at the audience. And that was what made a big difference.
He created brand new IMAX cameras. I think he
That's
created
right.
the IMAX camera. Cameras that could shoot underwater. He created motion capture that works underwater, which they've never done that before.
That was for the last one, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's a dozen things.
I was just
That's why his
wondering.
budgets are so big, because he's
Yeah.
developing technology that everybody's going to be using. But
I was just wondering what he. I'm sure we've talked about it, but what did he develop for this latest?
that's what, yeah, it was in,
Avatar
Oh,
movie?
I'm not sure about this latest one.
has to be something,
Yeah.
because he doesn't do, I mean, there's no other reason for him to do these movies,
Yeah.
as proven by the story. But
Is Avatar, well, at least the original Avatar, was that an idea of his? Was it based on a book or a screenplay?
It
Or
was an idea he had back after he finished like Titanic or something. I don't know. He made a drawing like back in the 90s or something, and he was trying to work on it since then or something like that. I don't know. I have a giant book of his like artwork and stuff, and I haven't read it though.
For Avatar 3, James Cameron continued pushing cinematic tech with the Sony Venice 3D camera system, advanced in underwater motion capture, physics-based simulations for realistic fire and ash, and virtual production tools, while explicitly avoiding generative AI for core performance, focusing on human-driven cutting-edge visual fidelity for immersive 3D experiences and future film speed cost reduction. See, he's making these movies so that future movies don't cost as much.
Yeah.
But he'll be getting a piece of everything. So,
Wow.
yeah. Have either one of you guys seen the, and I don't think we talked about this last week, the teaser for the new Spielberg movie? Or did we talk about that?
It came out after.
It did come out afterwards. So did you see it? What did you think?
I did.
Not much to see, really.
Not much to see. It was a little confusing. But it's got Spielberg, and that's enough. I'll go see it.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. Yeah.
Which movie is this? Because I don't remember us talking about
It's called
it.
Disclosure Day.
Yeah.
And I think based on what I know, and I know nothing, it's about the day that the world acknowledges, yes, there are aliens among us. But again, I know nothing. I'm just guessing from the trailer there. The trailer has gives you no idea about the story whatsoever. None. But there's some pretty good elements in it. You watch that trailer and you go, yeah, this looks like a Steven Spielberg movie. And I'm very excited about it.
How many movies has he done about aliens of some form
that's
or
one of the
another?
things that bothers me, because everybody keeps talking, oh, he's returning to his roots.
I didn't say that.
No, I know you didn't, but that's what everybody else is saying. It's like, no, he didn't.
Yeah.
There was Sugarland Express, there was Jaws, and we're just talking theatrical things.
Duel.
Oh,
yeah,
but Duel's a good choice.
Yeah.
The number one movie of all time the TV movie of all time at that point. And
For all we know,
okay, he did Close Encounters. He did E.T.
Mm-hmm.
What else did he do?
War of the Worlds.
And War of the Worlds.
The last Indiana Jones movie.
That's not a space movie.
I know it, but still,
No.
it had the alien thing in it. Did have a
That
spaceship.
wasn't by his choice. That was George Lucas.
That's right. And how many movies has he made?
Like 40. Maybe?
More than I have. Of course, if he only did one, it would
Over
been
30.
Oh, close.
Over 30 films. So out of 30 films, he made 3 that are space movies, and that's going back to his roots. No, Spielberg can do anything, and he's proven it over and over again.
Yeah.
He does adventure, he does science fiction, sure. The Fabelmans was one of the most personal stories I've ever seen on film.
It was a great movie.
It was a great movie.
Lincoln.
That's a perfect
I
example.
loved when the alien showed up in Lincoln. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you find out who shot Lincoln?
Yeah.
It was those damn graves.
He was shot. No, I just like it when we find out a certain movie or television show or whatever is actually based on a book. And that's why I was asking what kind of book. And
Welcome if you got them.
Speaking of books, go to Amazon.com. And if you have Amazon Prime, you're going to get free shipping. You know that. You could possibly get it as early as a couple hours after at least a day or two, or maybe.
I really doubt my books are in the Oxnard warehouse, but who knows?
Go to Amazon.com search engine, type in R. Scott Bolton, author. And yes, it's going to show a plethora, I love that word, of books that Scotty B, as I like to call him, has written. And it runs the gambit from fantasy, science fiction, horror, mystery.
Just like Spielberg.
Yeah, I love it. And the latest is Bowling Bag in the Backseat. And yes, I'm going to say it. My favorite, I love all the books that Scotty has written, but my favorite is Dead Dick, which is about a 1940s private detective who dies and doesn't go to hell, doesn't go to heaven, doesn't go to purgatory. He goes to the betwixt. And every once in a while, he gets sent back to Earth to protect or right or wrong or something. Great book to read. Anyway, look up R. Scott Bolton books on Amazon.com. We have Valentine's Day is coming up soon. Make a nice Valentine's Day's gift.
Yeah, nothing like Nuns with Guns for Valentine's Day.
There you go. Available on Kindle, paperback, and hardback. You will enjoy. You get your book, you contact this program, and I guarantee you, Scotty will autograph that book if you have a hard copy. If you have a material copy of it as opposed to a Kindle. But if you bring in the Kindle, yeah, he'll sign a Kindle. So anyway, R. Scott Bolton books.
Because it's end of the year, I got my commission checks from Amazon for my book sales for the last quarter.
$1 million. I
don't know what I'm going to do with that $12, but
no, I was trying to pump it up. $1 million.
Well, I would take $1 million too, but yeah. It's like one of my favorite authors, Robert B. Parker, always said. He said he didn't care what anybody did with his movies as long as they paid him enough for the idea in the first place. So that's why they made that crappy Parker movie with not Parker Spencer movie with Mark Wahlberg. Oh my God, it was.
I enjoyed it, but
that's because you don't know the books. If you know the books, you'd have stood up and peed on the screen like I did.
Now let me ask you this: the TV series Spencer for Hire, how much did that follow?
It was a lot closer.
Okay, now I really enjoyed the TV series. Do you know what we're talking about?
Nope.
Okie doke.
It doesn't have to.
No, that's true.
Yeah,
it was a good TV series. Spencer for Hire.
Yeah. It's a much better series of books. The books are amazing, and they continued writing them. They're still publishing the day. Dr. Parker died 10 years ago, I think, and they've had other people. You know what? If you guys want to give me a try, I'll write a Spencer novel. I think I could do it.
I mean, they've done the same thing with Clive Cussler. I think Vince Flynn.
They're brand names now. They're not authors anymore. They're brand names.
And Tom Clancy.
Yeah.
And some of the people who are picking up the mantle are following the storylines, or not the storylines, but the technique of the original author.
Well,
and that
otherwise it doesn't work. Why would you want to read a book by somebody that doesn't sound like the character you love? That would be crazy.
So anyway,
all right, I'm going to talk about some of the things that I saw this week, and I saw a lot.
You saw me.
I counted how many movies I've seen this year. It's about 150.
Wow.
And
that's almost how many cars I've owned in my lifetime.
It might be more than that, actually.
The cars I've owned in my lifetime?
No, I don't know about that. Let's see. Where should we start with? Should we start with a pickleball Christmas? No, we should not. Let's move on. My wife likes pickleball, so I watched Pickleball Christmas. 36 Hours is a movie that I did watch. So Rock Hudson, I think it was Sid Charisse. Here's what's so interesting about it. Let me just tell this story, and you guys jump in when you see what it sounds like it could be today. So Rock Hudson plays he's some kind of commanding officer, and but he's not in the field. He works in the offices and comes up with plans. I think it's loosely based on the life of Ian Fleming. As a matter of fact, Roald Dahl wrote the book that it was based on, and Roald Dahl and Ian Fleming were close friends. Anyway, they send him. They come up with the plans for the invasion at Normandy together, and then they send him to Germany to fill in somebody there. That's not it.
Well, it had both of them in it.
It's 36 Hours is the one I'm talking about.
Anyway.
Okay. So they send him to Germany, and the Germans know that he knows about the invasion. So they kidnap him and they drug him, and he's out. Well, they've been preparing for him. And so they've rebuilt this American base down to the T. It's exactly like an American base would be. They've taught all these Germans to speak flawless English with no accents. And when he wakes up, he thinks he's in an American hospital. And they've post-dated the newspapers so that they're taking place like 4 years after the war. Now, of course, they don't know when the war is going to end, but it doesn't matter at that point. It's 4 years later. And they're telling him that the Allies won the war. And they're trying to get the information from him about where the invasion of Normandy, the invasion is going to take place. Because there's several choices. There's Normandy and there's other choices. And the Germans don't know where. And this guy does. So they're trying to get the information from him. as you might imagine, he's taken in by the whole thing and instantly tells them not only where the invasion is going to take place, but how many troops are at each location. So he's really just spilled the beans. So now it's his job to convince them that he was lying, which he tries to do from there on. So doesn't that sound a little Mission Impossible-y?
Mhm.
That's what I was imagining. I'm watching this going, this is a movie from 1964. That's it. Eva Marie Saint, not Sid Charisse. See, that's what I got.
And look at the first person.
Did I say Rock Hudson?
Yeah.
It's James Garner. James Garner.
Mhm.
And I got both of these wrong. That's been my kind of week. I had May and Jared on yesterday on the Friday Shot Day show, and I kept calling them Jay and Merid. It's bad. Anyway, so it's a black and white movie from 1964. It's kind of feels a little long at times, but I was intrigued by the story all the way through. It's kind of like a Tarantino history movie, because you know they're changing things to make it history change.
Mhm.
But at the same time, it was pretty entertaining all the way through. What wasn't entertaining is the disc froze again, but I was able to find it on somewhere and watch the last few minutes. Anyway, very interesting movie. And if you get a chance to see the one with Rock Hudson and
Sid
Marie
Charisse.
Saint, not Sid Charisse.
Well, that's what you said
I
earlier.
know, but I'm not saying it now. I'm trying to clean things up, and you're muddying the waters.
But you still said Rock Hudson.
Did I?
Yeah.
James Garner. And
But
my money, James Garner is actually better than Rock Hudson.
I can understand why you said Rock Hudson, because James Garner did do a TV series called the Rockford Files.
I'm going to go with that.
I
That's gonna be
saved.
my
it.
excuse.
I saved. Yes, I did.
Okay.
I also watched Troll on Netflix. Have you seen Troll?
No, I've heard of it.
You'll enjoy Troll.
That's what I've been told.
Yes. Troll is, can you say Norway kaiju?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's about a giant troll that's woken up. He's just been a little mountain for the longest time, sound asleep, and they wake him up, and he goes on a rampage. Now he's not too bad because he saves children at some point and other things, but the story just cracked me up because this troll wakes up sniffing for Christian blood and killing Christians and eating them. That's what he does, because you find out through a backstory that they wronged him in the past, so he's going to have them for dinner, and not in the sit down, pass the peas kind of way, if you know what I mean. The special effects were pretty impressive. And this movie couldn't have cost $25 million. You know, it's just, they don't spend that kind of money on movies there because they're smarter than we are, apparently. But but it was, I watched it in the original language, which I prefer always because you get the general inflection of the actors. And it was easy to follow with the subtitles. And it's basically just a Godzilla movie, but instead of Godzilla, it's a big troll. And he's knocking down helicopters out of the sky and all that stuff that you see Godzilla do.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot of fun. Now there's Troll 2 that's out now. It's on Netflix as well. I hear it's not quite up to snuff, but I'll have to check that out and see. But anyway, I enjoyed Troll 1 for sure. And I'll watch Troll 2 because of that. And I really think it's up your alley, even though it might be a little of the same burger kind of thing.
Yeah, well, that's different. That's different.
Yeah, well, because it's a big troll instead of I thought it looked like an old accountant myself.
An old accountant. I'll check it out.
I told my wife that. I go, look at that troll looks a little bit like an old accountant. She's like, you're bad. Stop that. Okay.
Then she goes, "Ooh, he's right." Oh, she probably didn't.
Troll was a lot of fun. I'd heard about it before, probably like you did.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever a sequel comes out these days, I immediately want to see the first one.
Yeah.
I still got to see Hide and Seek, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to pull up the budget on this and what it made. I can't find that. Well,
why don't you talk about what you saw and I'll Google it.
I didn't go to the movies at all. I didn't watch any movies
Stupid holidays gone
this
away.
week. Yeah. I did watch a lot of old television shows, like I always do, because I really enjoy the old television shows. But started watching some old Criminal Minds episodes, which I really like that. NCIS, the original series. CSI, the original. Yeah, I did get caught up on some of the current stuff that's on CBS. How I was able to find that surprised me that it was available. So, yeah, okay. That's about it. I did look up a movie that I was instrumental in making called it was originally called Magic Window. This is when I was in film school, the first film school I went to. And when they finally released it, the credit for the writing and the director had nothing to do with any of the students who actually wrote and directed, because all the students who got to write scenes got to direct their scenes.
But who directed the students?
For the most part, I'd say the students directed ourselves.
So what was the point of going to school? You should have just got together in a group.
Well, pretty much. But I will say this: the guy who ran the school, his name was Ross.
Hey, don't.
Oh, he's gone now. He's passed away.
Okay, let's not get in trouble here.
Well, no.
You're making accusations that.
Oh, I could probably.
Well, then this is all on John, not the Backseat Mogul show. So sue John.
Yes, and that name is John Hudson. John Houston.
It's a good thing
John
they can't
Huston.
find his name anywhere in these shows, like in the notes.
Well, that's true too. No.
Oh, I'm talking to you. I look over at Jeff's all.
What's he talking about? I don't know. Anyway, I don't even know why I went there. Oh yeah, I was trying to stretch it. Did you find what you were looking for?
Yeah, I can't find the budget anywhere.
Oh, okay.
But it's got to be pretty inexpensive.
But that movie was released in 1920 or 2020.
I knew you're old, but
yeah,
good Lord.
2022.
Oh, okay.
No, I thought it was I vaguely remember the title, but I don't remember was there another movie called Troll?
No, there was
an American version.
There was animated movies. There was a movie from 1986 called Troll. That's part of the problem.
That's probably what I was thinking of.
Yeah. This Troll. It's fun. It's silly. It's a giant monster movie, and he's batting helicopters out of the air, crushing buildings. I'm in. That's all it takes for me.
A movie that we recently saw. I got to see the first one, Sisu, and then we saw Sisu 2.
Yes.
And I don't think the budget on that was very high, but
no, it was dirt cheap.
But the production was fantastic on both of those movies. It was fantastic. So, and like you said,
in that $7 million. That's the budget for the first one, and then the second one I think was $12 million. And sadly, the second one didn't do as well as the first one. So, but the last we'll see if
which is a shame, because I thought both movies were just really great. The direction I thought was great. The acting, even the special effects, how they, like you said with Troll, how they get away with what they do on such a small budget.
It's because James Cameron paved the way for him. I created this stuff so you can use it later, and it's not as bad as that Western I told you, the Gunfighters, where they were using the iPhone effects. That doesn't work, folks. You can't get away.
Well, if James Cameron keeps coming up with all these innovative ways to make movies less expensive to produce, how about bringing the ticket prices down? It's like going to a baseball game, which you used to be able to pay $5 to sit in the outfield and the center field section seats. Now it costs you what, $50 to sit out there?
This has been the curmudgeon moment on the
I'm sorry.
Show. I don't mind paying to go to the movies. I go to the theater. I give them $12 for a movie ticket on a movie they spent $300 million to make. I think I'm getting a pretty good deal.
Okay, no, that's cool, but you're going to spend $12 to $15 to go see a movie.
Yeah,
and then you're going to pay $10 just for your popcorn. And then how much is the soda?
Have to.
What
you don't
theater
have
are you
to.
going to for $10 for popcorn? Crazy.
I don't buy the popcorn. He buys the popcorn. And
my popcorn.
and-
He gets his own damn popcorn.
well, actually, he does give me a little boat of popcorn, which is very nice.
And just only to get the top down so I can fill it full of butter.
That's true too. And then how much is the soda? You can buy a case of sodas for what they charge.
We do not. This is how movies. Do you know how much money they get off the movies that are there? Hardly anything.
I know
bet
it.
you
They make their
Avatar-
money on
I
concessions.
bet you Avatar's charging them 105% this weekend, which means every penny they make at the box office plus the money they make at the
Costs
concession center,
them.
they have to pay. They have to
Yeah.
pay back to the studio. The only way they can make money is to go. If you don't want to pay those prices, don't go to the theater. But you don't have to. You know, how many of you sneak in Doritos in your purse? I know Jeff does. And
I've got a very nice purse. I'll have you guys know. It's called a satchel. Indiana Jones has
that's
one.
right.
Yeah.
It's good enough for Indy. It's good enough for.
Well, like you said, I can remember sneaking in a beer or a small bottle of spirits, but I just love that story you talked about last time. But your
ding,
dad,
ding, 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 ding.
that's,
Bottle rolling down the lane.
that's one of those stories. Yeah, I can hear that. Oh, you should write that in one of your books.
Probably will appear in one of my books one of these days.
Speaking of burgers, bringing it right back around because I'm
Nice.
hungry and I haven't had breakfast this morning. But one time, me and my friend went to Carl's Jr. before we went and saw Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and I got 2 burgers. I put them in my pocket, and then I started watching the movie, and I forgot about them. And then when we got out, it was like 3 a.m. and we were walking home, and I was like, "Oh, wait, what's my pockets?" I got 2 double Western bacon cheeseburgers in my pockets. You think these are still good? I'm like, I totally forgot that they were in. I was so into the movie. That was Dawn of the Planet.
That's
The second
good.
one. It was a great movie.
That's
by
a
the way.
good sign.
Speaking of Carl's Jr., do you guys
Now you've
remember?
done it, Jeff.
Do you remember the roast beef sandwich they had?
I do.
God, that was so good. I wish they'd bring it back. I think they did for a short
I
time.
love
then it
Carl's
went
Jr.
away.
I just can't afford Carl's Jr. anymore.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
can't
take out
afford
a
most
loan.
places. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like $30 for just a meal for yourself.
Yeah. It's
It's
nuts.
Crazy.
I knew I was in trouble when I went in there one time and ordered a Western bacon cheeseburger meal, and they gave me loan papers. What's this?
Yeah.
So, okay. What are your plans for this week? You going to go see something in the theater or anything you got lined up on DVD?
I got Twin Peaks, the entire collection, on Blu-ray for Christmas.
Nice.
So
Is
I
that
will
little
be,
box set?
It's the Z to A box set
Yes.
with the
Oh.
2 seasons, the
Showtime version.
Showtime version, and the movie.
Very nice.
So I was going to start it last night, but my wife wanted to watch it with me, so we're going to start tonight. So that's going to be my big thing.
Nice.
That was a good.
I don't know what I'm going to go see in theaters, but my plan for this week is just Twin Peaks and trying to finish Final Fantasy VII. So that's it.
I might try to see Avatar, but now I'm thinking maybe I'll go see Marty Supreme instead.
Maybe
Yeah.
I'll go see that. Oh, and One Battle After Another is on HBO. So
Yes,
I'll try
that's
to-
true.
I'll try to see that
That's
by
true.
next week.
Yeah.
You know, we were talking about Marty Supreme and ping pong.
Yep.
Speaking
Speaking of ping pong movies,
yes.
I know you got 1 minute. 'cause I gotta get out of here.
Yeah. Tom Hanks and the
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
The scene where he's playing ping pong, was just fantastic. And have you ever seen video footage of Bruce Lee playing ping pong, but not with a ping pong paddle?
No.
He's using nunchucks. And
Oh,
he's beating the guy, 1 or 2 guys that he's playing against.
Mhm.
I mean, he's hitting the ping pong ball with his nunchucks. And it's really,
That was
it's
CGI.
entertaining to watch. Go ahead and pull that up. See if you can.
No, I don't have time.
Oh.
I told you I gotta go. I gotta go get phones for the
Well,
the
okay.
mother unit
Where are you going to get them?
at the phone store.
Which phone store?
I'm not gonna tell you because you follow us. All of a sudden, John's everywhere we go. Tell him, oh, I'm over here, and John's, hey, how you guys doing? Lucky running it.
I don't follow them. I beat them there and then I surprise them.
Pray for me.
I have tracking systems on there. I mean, hi.
All right, folks. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If you're listening, you can watch this show and see our great graphics and stuff. Not so much today, but usually at roughedge.tv. So please join us there. And always, subscribe. It doesn't hurt you and it helps us. And, you'll get some emails, but you can block them. I have the worst subscription speech in the history of the podcasts.
I
Just your mind.
I just want to say, if you're in the Reno area, go to Pele Utu if you like Mai Tais.
Don't go on New Year's Eve, though. They're actually closing on New Year's Eve. 'Cause
Smart.
They don't want to deal with all the drunks they're going to have, because their drinks are very stiff.
Mhm.
And so they're going to just spend the evening with the family. I think that's good.
That's
for them.
nice.
Yeah.
And if you happen to be over in Ventura Harbor, go to Harbor Cove Cafe.
I will tell you, I was there last night. I'm off the hooch, but I was able to get a mocktail that was quite delicious. So, all right.
And if you're downtown
What is this?
Ventura on Main Street in Old Town Ventura, go to the Grape.
That's a good point. And you'll see it right here. Bye.
And if you happen to be here in
Oh, dear
Santa
God.
Paula, come to the studio. You want to come to the House of Magic.
And bring a bottle.
I got
Okay.
it. I got it. Well, you can buy stuff downstairs.
John, wave.
Oh, hey, hi, bye. I mean, later.
Brought to you by The Grape, Ventura County's premier jazz venue and cocktail lounge, located at 2733 East Main Street in Ventura. For menu and music schedule, visit them online at thegrape.club. This has been a Rough Edge Studios production.